Hey, Shalom, Makim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Newest in his gospel, brother, from the standard, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is titled, You Cannot Serve Two Masters. For you will love one and despise the other. That's Matthew 6th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. The words of Yahweh Shai. In this truth, man, you have to be fully in it or not in it at all. Okay, going into the term lukewarm. You're serving two masters, you're really lukewarm because you're in between. And eventually, your true intentions and true colors will be manifested about how you feel about your true motives within the ministry, man. All right, because many men have fallen and went back into the world, man. You know, and me personally, I know a handful of guys, you know, since I've been in the truth, that went back into the world because they couldn't really get with the whole protocol responsibility. You know, they couldn't get with being in camps or, you know, men over them or, you know, leading a charge or dictating certain things when it comes to the Lord's business. A lot of men can handle that very wise because a lot of men have effeminate spirits and different ulterior motives, man. So, you know, you in this truth, man, you got to be locked in totally and give it all because, you know, like Yahweh Shai said, you will despise the other, will love one and despise the other. You know, like it's like kind of like school and recess, what we call the gym. Most Jakes went to school because they like recess or what they call gym. You know, they like, you know, for the recreational purposes, you know, because Jakers, we physical people. You know what I'm saying? And going to school, Jake hated that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake hated it. Jake had ADHD, ADD, fighting, all that type of stuff. But then when recess came, they was able to kind of let go a lot of that aggression, you know, because Jake have a lot of pent up aggression in them. All right, but nonetheless, Jake went to school because, you know, they went to recess and all that other crazy shit, you know, through the spirit. But anyway, case in point, you got the whole thing with the whole jab, and then you got Christians. You know, you have a lot of Christians that's promoting the you know what. You know what I'm saying? They supposed to be these men of the Lord, these women of the Lord, but they promoting the jab. You know, so which is it? Because the scriptures even tell you that that you got to be, you can't conform to the ways of this world. You got to be transferred through the renewing of your mind. So if you in the scriptures, man, and you're, you know, you're about this life, as they say, come on, man. Basically, your whole focus will be on this truth and nothing more. You see what I'm saying? Now, we all have hobbies. We all have things that we like to do in our lives, you know, which is nothing wrong with that. But when those things becomes too much of a burden, you have to learn how to cast out certain things. You know, like if you overly going out, or you're overly spending money, or you're overly consumed in sports or whatever, and it's taken away from Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Same thing with women. And you got to learn how to put those things off. You got to balance it, you know, because sooner or later, man, that will become your first love, which the Lord said, man, wisdom, this is our first love. This is our first woman. It's this truth and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because even women, overly dealing with women, some men worship their women and put them on a pedestal. Hence feminism, which you have what they call a Communist Manifesto. And one of the acts of that particular clause to destroy the families is feminism. You see what I'm saying? Because you got Jake that pushes feminism. They validate and vouch for the wickedness of our women, man. You know, Apostle Labar did a lesson on that, and I may do a follow-up on that as well, you know, because that's a big problem in today's society, in today's world, okay? Brother Hopeful Elect text Isaiah 33, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. That's right, Jake going down there to trust in the government. You know, like I said yesterday, you had some Jakes that was kind of going back and forth on what was real and what was not. You got one Jake in his mind believed that this whole C Roman boat is all real. He believed it is. Me personally, I think it's something, but I know it's a hoax. You know what I'm saying? I think it's been around. I don't think anything has changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the elites didn't put some type of chemical warfare in the clouds and air, the food. It came out that one time it was in the food. So I wouldn't doubt that people are catching something, but it's nothing more than what they caught before. You know what I'm saying? If you would have got sick 2-3 years ago, people would have called it a flu or pneumonia. It's the same goddamn thing. Probably an extra spike to it. But then again, sicknesses comes in the mind too. So if you listen to all this fear that Esau was pumping through the media, then you can psych yourself and say, oh, I got the you know what, I got it. But just 2 years ago, your dumb ass been calling it the fucking flu, man. You people are stupid as hell. Alright, but most people are giving over into Satan. They're giving over to the rudiments of Babylon and Greed, man. Alright, this is why they're going to be destroyed with it. So, you know, it behooves us brothers out here to really take heed into what we're really in and on what we really want to do. Okay, if you really want to be in this truth, it will manifest itself. Okay, it will manifest in your works, your deeds, your actions, your mindset. Because you could be in the truth and still be a damn nigga, man. Thinking like a nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys that came and left that was in the truth, teaching the word, but yet they were still thinking like straight Negroes, man. Their mindset was that of the world. Yeah, you may be out there every week, but then you hustling brothers, man. You know, you fucking tail bearing, you doing all types of wicked shit, being abusive, being deceitful, lying about your true intentions, your true motives. That's some nigga shit. And if you a man like that in this truth, then you ain't really serving Yahweh Shai. You serving the master of your own belly. Because the scriptures say you cannot serve God and mammon. And most of you jakes, you serve mammon. You know, because you like the extravagance of the world. You want the newest whip. You know what I'm saying? You want the baddest women. You know, you want the nicest cars, the dopest apartment. You want to move to the most extravagant places on earth. That's fucking mammon, man. When the scriptures clearly tell you to be content with what you have. Now, there's nothing wrong with having those things. But if your spirit is already displaced, what good are those things are going to do for you but put you in a worse situation than what you're already in? Because the scriptures say, hey, it's a dangerous thing when you're condemned in your mind, man. When a man is condemned in his spirit, his mind, then there's no coming back from that. It's just a matter of time before he just completely fall all the way out, man. You know, and that's why, because you're not putting your first love first, which is this truth, this understanding. You know, and you know, brothers that have children and stuff like that, you really got to be extra on point, because the scriptures, the Lord can take that from you, man. You know, you can't use an excuse. Oh, I got a family, man. Look, the Lord don't give a fuck about all that shit, man. You had men, what's my man Uriah the Hittite? He said, look, I belong on a battlefield, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to go out and fight war. Because when you're around women for so long, it weakens your spirit. You become complacent. You start to fall under her vibration. This is the reason why men have to reboot and kind of go their own way at times, man. You know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with having women and doing what you got to do with them. Overall, man, that shit is draining, bro. Even from the most modest to the most wickedest, all the women, man, they come with fucking problems. The virgins too. You know what I'm saying? They all come with goddamn problems. So it's like, Paul said it's better if you didn't touch a woman, but every brother ain't got that spirit. You know, every brother cannot deal with women. And I understand it. You know, we're men, we in hell, we need it. But then again, like I said, you have to balance that out. And the brothers, you stay alone, it's probably best to stay that way. Stay alone. Unless you have to, you know, move in with your wife or vice versa. You know, depending on the circumstances. But in most cases, man, hey, if you alone, hey, keep it that way. You got your own place, keep it that way, man. You got your little chick you deal with from time to time, that's fine. You know, have her come over, go to her place or whatever, and y'all do that. But overall, man, you know, you got to balance your time in this truth. All right? Because we're at the end right now, and the Lord said, look, blessed be the man that he's fine doing or laboring, man. The Lord said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to be occupied in prophecy, in these scriptures, man. You know, we understand that, you know, it gets frustrating. It does. All right? But overall, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, we must remain focused, man. All right? Because I'm going to quote again, a man being condemned in his spirit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in that predicament of being complacent, of not knowing where the grounding is at. You have to be grounded and rooted in this thing, because the scriptures tell you about the winds that came and beat on the rock, and also if the parable, Yahweh Shai gave the parable of it came to beat upon the sand, and the sand washed away, because those are guys, they built their foundation on sand instead of the stony foundation or the ground, the solid rock that the Lord told us to build our church upon, man. Because, hey, the winds and the floods are coming in the form of martial law, in the form of new lockdowns, in the form of all these different pestilence that they're going to release, you know. Now you got 10-year-old kids having freaking heart attacks, man. And you dummies out there, you'll still take your kids down there and get jabbed. Oh, well, it wasn't due to the you-know-what, but this kid was perfectly fine prior to them getting this shit, man. Like a homie at the job, co-worker, man, he said ever since his wife went behind his back and took the punch, man, she been having all types of complications. So he said, you can't tell me that is something ain't wrong with that damn thing. You know, and he was the one arguing with the other nigga, was like, oh, well, it's real, man, it's real. I'm gonna go get, he already got the you-know-what. But that's because he served Mammon, you know? So when you people really started dying, and when it's too late, you're gonna start seeing that you've been played because you went down there and put your trust in Egypt, like the brother Tex, man. All right, so it ain't even worth it. We only got literally probably 10 seconds left in this society before it all goes to hell, and Jake is out here selling themselves out to live another damn Babylon. This shit is done, bro. You know what I'm saying? All this around you that we're saying, these vehicles, man, these clothes, all this stuff is gonna be burnt up, deservingly so. And honestly, I can't wait till they really shut everything down, man, because honestly, I just want to let go of this shit. I want to let it go and never look back. You know, the Lord will provide for us, man. You know, what about my clothes? Hey, man, let the troops have it, man. They may need it. Let them have your Jordans and your Xbox. The motherfuckers, they may get bored after they killed everybody. Let them have it and how they fall. When you have no use for it no more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, brothers, we coming into some very, very hard times, and you got to be focused mentally. Focus. You know, enough with all the distractions. The problem is Jake is too damn distracted. You know, Jake is too distracted. Always need to be stimulated. Nah, man. You know, Jake got to grow some backbone, grow some nuts, grow some hardness about yourself. You know, because this truth is about being hard and going through straits. It's not about it. This truth never been easy. If it was easy, every man would be in it doing it. You know, like I tell brothers all the time, look, each and every brother in this truth, the Lord gave you his name for a reason. But it's up to you and what you're going to do with it. And meditate on that, man. Because every man that got the Lord's name, it wasn't for good intent. Some man going to call on the name of the Lord and their ass going to get hit with a missile, man. Because they're speaking the words of the Lord unjustly. You know, you're responsible for the body and the crucifixion of Yahweh Shai. You know, when it goes into the ritual of Passover, you drinking up that cup unworthily. A lot of you guys are doing. Honestly, a lot of you dudes shouldn't even be Israel. Shouldn't even be in the truth, man. And that's just real talk. You know, a lot of you guys shouldn't even be in camps, man. You know, because your mindset is all fucked up. You know, but it's all through the Spirit, and the Lord is gonna get rid of who He's gonna get rid of in due time, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta pray that it ain't us, and that we keep being faithful unto death. Because hey, some brothers are gonna have to face that persecution. Some brothers are gonna have to face that martyrdom. You know, Revelation 20. I saw the souls of them that was beheaded for the word and the testimony of Yahweh Shai. So that's very likely some brothers are gonna have to face that, and it's in the scriptures. You know, so don't get discouraged by that. You know, let that be your strength, because that's a noble thing. You know, you got this thing now with guys from these camps, man. They're encouraging their followers to take the you-know-what. So basically, they're causing these men to err. They're causing them to fall into destruction. Because the scriptures say in Matthew, it tells you about the blind leading the blind, they both should fall in the ditch. And a lot of these blind leaders are leading these men into taking ruinous choices. You know, like it's certain men that we heard about that committed suicide, man, that got off by certain situations, and the list goes on. All because they listening to these false leaders that put their faith in Mammon. You know, because out of all the camps, man, I can sincerely say that Great Millstone is the most sincere, you know, out of all the brothers I've been around, because this is all we got. You know, we're not coming up with gimmicks and all this other stuff. We're not trying to do too much or do too little. We're in a complete balance, man. You know, why make this shit harder than what it has to be? Balance it. You know, doing extra. Just look, Do your videos, go home, and take care of yourself. That's it. Lord ain't command us to do all this great extra shit, man. Nate want to be a great orator. Lord ain't command us to do all that, man. We got it easy. Do the work, do your videos, show up to the camp, and be sincere in your mind. That's it. All the extra stuff, I want to rent a jet, I want to fly to Morocco. Man, hell no, man. Sit the hell down with that shit. You know? It's easy, man. Do the work, go to camp, and take your black ass home and chill. You know, because if you do too much, the Lord will kick you out of here. You know, and that's why a lot of guys fell out. You know, I remember one cat I came up with years ago, man. Cool Jake, by the name of Yashla, man. Brothers don't really know of him. Brothers in Chicago know who I'm talking about. Real cool Jake. But over a while, he didn't like the fact that people was literally over him. He started gravitating more to Zabop and all that other shit, man. Because Jake, they like to do what the hell they want to do. You know, they like that freedom, the choice of freedom thing. Can't no nigga be over me type shit. Jake liked that. You know what I'm saying? And that was his problem. He didn't want to agree to coming out to the camp every Saturday. His life was more important. But I'm like, look, man, after you do the work, then do what you want to do. It's just that simple. Lord gives you balance in that. You know, he give you time to work and time to play. And some of you Jakes, you playing too damn much, man. You need to fucking work. You know, put in the work. Me, my thing is work before pleasure. I got to get the Lord's business out of the way before I do anything else, because that way I don't have a guilty spirit or a guilty conscience. I feel bad if I woke up and didn't do any videos or something, but you know, that's just my spirit. Each brother got their own lot in this thing on how they move in the spirit, but that's just my spirit. I feel like, you know, I've done I've pissed off the Lord enough in life to the point I got a lot to make up for, you know, and that's just my spirit. Some brothers may be different, but that's still a good mindset to have, you know. But anyway, I'm pulling up to the Lion's Den, giving all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahweh, Shemi, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakadash. Down to the elders, the apostles, the Greek millstone, peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Yapa precepts, brother Canaan, Israel, tribe of Benjamin. That's a beautiful precept, man. Brother text, Sirach 4:28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. That's right, man. Having that mindset. Yep, Sirach 38:24. The wisdom of the learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. That's right. And he that has little business should become wise, right? Meaning you're not all over the place. If you limit your outside activities to as minimum as possible. And like I said, I understand Jake need to go out and be stimulated. We all do. But once you put off the world and you can focus on what's at hand, the prophecies, and, you know, just chill out, things will come to you. But then you got some men that's in this for dishonest gain. They need to be seen. And that's not a right spirit to be in either. You know, but anyway, I'm in it there. Shalom, a ball, the water for the precept. Shalom.